Hey everyone, it's Sleepy Reader. It's a very windy day, so there's probably annoying stuff going on in my mic, but right now it feels like the backyard's the best place to shoot a video. So, and the most comfortable. So I am here to enter a contest, which I haven't done in God knows how long. Really, after my first year on YouTube, I didn't enter many contests, just occasionally. I have been thinking about entering this contest because I enjoy watching their show, the Blastin or Stashin show, starring Huey and Spider Grandpa and Pocan Joe. And so I wanted to enter to support them, but I'm not always actually that keen on the gifts that you get from contests anyway, just because I have too many. I'm trying to get rid of comics, not get more comics. But then I saw Pocan Joe making a Dr. Doom mask that is part of the gift package, and that sealed the deal for me. That was so cool. I really want to enter this contest now. So it's a would you rather contest with a bunch of would you rather this or that questions, and I have them here on my iPad. I'll write them down in the notes below. The contest goes through May 31st, like midnight May 31st. And I think that each member of the group, Spider Grandpa and Huey and Pocan Joe, are gonna contribute to the winner's gift. So that'll be an interesting unboxing video or haul video. I don't think anything can top a Dr. Doom mask, but who knows? Anyway, would you rather take the path of the Jedi or the Sith? Normally, I would like to be the bad guy. Just always looks more fun. But really, when you look at Darth Vader and the Emperor and some of the others, it's kind of an ugly business becoming a member of the Sith. It does not do good. Doesn't do good stuff for your skin and other things. So I will follow the path of the Jedi, and I will be good and feel the lightness of the Force, not the darkness. If for the rest of your life you could only read either Image/Indy comics or Marvel and DC comics, which would you choose? And if we're talking about new comics, like starting right now until the day I die, the rest of the new comics I'd have to read, I would choose the Indy comics, the Image and the rest. Boom and Vault are probably overtaking Image at the moment, but all of those kind of things. Because I've been there, done that, right? If we were talking about, like, you could only have the back issues from your collection of Marvel and DC or of Indy comics, I think I would actually go with the Marvel and DC. I love Marvel comics from like 1965 to 1975 in particular. And I love DC comics from the 80s. So, yeah, if you had to switch the question to being back issues or not, then I would go that way. Next question says, you're a comic writer. You can only have one artist on your book, Momoko or Liefield. I don't know anything about Momoko. I mean, I've seen a few covers, but I haven't paid close attention. She seems like a good artist. But I've listened to Rob Liefeld's podcast, and he loves the same comic book history I love. He's into all that stuff. So I think if I had to work with him, if I were a writer and I had to work with him, he'd be the guy I'd enjoy working with. I mean, I know he has a bad reputation, but just based on that podcast, I think I would like to work with him. So the next question says, you're a consultant You're a butler/consultant for either the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or for the Power Rangers. Bruce Wayne. So if I were to be Alfred would I rather be Alfred to the Teenage Mutant Turtles? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Power Rangers? I know zero about the Power Rangers. I guess in some countries that's an insult. Sorry. I know zero. That seems like an insult. I know zero about the Power Rangers, and I do think I have come around and learned that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are quite cool. So I think it would be a lot of fun to be their butler / consultant. I'm already my daughter's butler, and I really don't want any more butler jobs. But if I had to, I'd choose the Ninja Turtles. Which would you rather try and survive? An alien xenomorph invasion or a predator invasion? I'd have to go with predator. I feel like there's more of a fighting chance with predator, with some luck and ingenuity. And plus, the way the alien may plant their egg inside of you, I'd rather just be a trophy on a wall than someone's egg sack. So yeah, I'd go with the predator invasion. Would you rather marry? Okay, this must be references to, I think, kids' cartoons from the 80s when I was in my 20s. And when you're in your 20s, well, I'm sure there are exceptions, but the last thing you do is watch kids' cartoons, unless they date back to your own time. But I was busy chasing girls and trying to get better jobs and traveling around the country and doing all sorts of things, while I think, because the question is, would you rather marry He-Man / Teela? So I assume Teela's a female character from the He-Man cartoon, and I have never seen a He-Man cartoon. I mean, I've seen like the opening credit sequence for He-Man, and that's about all I know. I have watched like a She-Ra episode or two, but I don't get She-Ra as a choice. So I assume Teela's the female, and since I am a heterosexual male, I would look potentially for the female. Or lionO and cheetara. And I probably know who lionO and cheetara, which other from I can't think of it right now. Thundercats, something like that. Is that what they're from? So I'm guessing cheetara is like a sexy cat woman. So I'll go for that. Interspecies love, very healthy. But less chance of accidentally having children, right? But don't tell my wife about this. So then the final question is the toughest and the most fraught and dangerous question. I really don't know how to answer it. One day to hang out with Spider. You have one day to hang out with one member of the Blastin or Stashin crew. And you could hang out with Spider Grandpa, Pocan Joe, or Huey. And I feel like Spider Grandpa, I'm not sure what we would do. Sit around and mumble, maybe. Pocan Joe, we'd have to talk philosophy all day. Huey, we'd probably have a cool conversation about comic books. So I'm being mean. But I choose Huey if I had to choose someone. But it would be nice to hang out with all of them someday. If you don't know, they do their Blastin or Stashin show, which I will of course put a link to down below, is a weekly live comic book review show. I should have mentioned them, but I didn't think of them at the time when I was talking about the few places where people talk about new comics every week in a in-depth fashion. And they definitely do that, and they definitely have their own style and sense of humor, the three of them. That is different from any other channel. And then Pocan Joe, I know also, Pecan Joe. He also does his own, like every Thursday, I think, or even Wednesdays, usually does a review show, which is also very humorous and interesting of the comics that he got that came out that week. So they've been around a long time, and maybe have been lost in the new wave of comic book channels, but definitely a good channel to check out. So I will talk to you all later, and if I win this crazy thing, you'll be seeing me wear a Doctor Doom mask. Talk to you later.